Good evening once again. Um, you're probably gonna get sick of me, but um, since the new Super Mario movie or Super Mario Brother movie is coming out, Galaxy World, whatever. I used to be such a Super Mario Brothers fan as a kid, and I'm from the '80s, okay, and I grew up in that world. You know, like literally growing up in Super Mario World, basically. No pun intended. And so, with all that being said, I played the games on the original NES. I played the Donkey Kong with Mario in it. Um, I played uh, 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 um, I'm drawing a blank on the game, but it's he's like a doctor and giving medicine, and it was on the Game Boy. I played all those games. I even played Mario Kart. These were like the old school games, like NES and SNES, and now there's there's so much more because the world has expanded and we have newer systems, and it's just like whoa. And now they finally have not one but two animated movies, so I know that's going to expand even more. um I I wish, because where I'm building up, okay. I wish that this movie particularly had been more successful. It would have been better, even just a smidge better, you know. For this, um, I don't know, even for the time, because this was in 1993, and if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure I'm right. This is the same year that Jurassic Park came out. So you can't tell me you can't do better. You can't tell me you can't. So, anyway, with all that long winded unnecessariness, I revisited the 1993 Super Mario Brothers movie with none other than John Leguizamo, Bob Hoskins, and maybe some of these other people you don't know. But Dennis Hopper, um, he played King Koopa, which well, my generation knows who Dennis Hopper is. But some of these other people, I don't know who they are. Like Samantha Mathis, she played Daisy. Fisher Stevens, Iggy Koopa. Richard Edson, Spike Koopa. Fiona Shaw, Lena. Now I'm aware of her, um, because when I revisited, and let me tell you how long it's been. I watched that movie when it came out in theaters. Okay, that's how long it's been. Anyways, so on and so on. People, I'm just like, I don't know any of these people, but the main stars, which is Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo. Anyway, I was so hyped as a kid because playing the video games, right? I'm like, oh, a live action Super Mario Brothers. Um, it's like two Brooklyn plumbers, Mario and Luigi, must travel to another dimension to rescue a princess from the evil dictator King Koopa and stop him from taking over the world. I mean, like you can't get better than that, right? At least you think. This. Is there even a score? Um, 35 on the Metascore. This is a 4.2 rating. Um, and yeah. Look, the whole like CGI of it all was so bad. And then you're looking at I'm gonna show you so you know what the fuck I'm talking about. Just show you some like little pictures here. Did I miss it? Images. Oh, okay, here we go. Um so this is the still of like the DVD. You got Bob Hoskins here, John Leguizamo on the green, Dennis Hopper, and these are what the little Koopas are supposed to look like. That is terrifying. Terrifying. I mean, you look at that and you look at even the animated show to the games, they don't look like that. They don't look like that. I don't know where they came up with that. And the whole thing is like 75 billion years ago, obviously. Um the there dinosaurs roamed the earth, and they're trying to figure out like how we can get back to having that and our word combined, because they're dinosaurs. And here is even I laugh at it because it's too funny. I don't know, can you see? So that is supposed to be, I don't know if you can guess. Probably not. This is Daisy, Princess Daisy, and this over here is who? Who? Yoshi. That is Yoshi. I said, what the fuck? What the fuck now? What the fuck now? And Daisy, believe it or not, came from an egg. Yeah, she came from an egg. And no, she wasn't a dinosaur. What sense does that make? But she's a princess. She's Princess Daisy. And a better image of the Koopas. That is something that would give children nightmares. Literally. Um so the premise was cool. It was so cool. Like, like I said, two plumbers from New York, um trying to make it big, the brothers, and base it almost literally like what the animated movie did is what this did, but the animated got it better. Hate to say it, because I don't like the voiceovers. Whatever, that's just my opinion. Um, but yeah, that was the premise of it, and I'm like, I mean, it's great on paper. It is so great on paper, but it was such a fail. It was a fail, a miserable fail. So, um, I still feel the same way as I did in 1993. And I said, let me revisit it. And here we are. And I'm going to read a couple of reviews just to see. And maybe I'm being too hard on it, but this one gives it a 6 out of 10. It says, too harsh by far. Yes, this is no classic, but it's not that bad. And yes, it bears no resemblance to the video games that inspired it, except for the jump starts that look like the heroes' overalls, and it's not that bad. Mario and Luigi, played by Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo, are the two down on oh are the two down on their luck brothers plumbers who get involved with a college student named Daisy, played by Samantha Mathis, who turns out to be the princess from an alternate dimension. Once transported there themselves, they must fight the evil King Koopa, played by Dennis Hopper, and save their world from being merged with Koopas and the human race from being turned into monkeys. It may be hard to believe that John Leguizamo is Bob Hoskins' brother, but that wasn't even hard to believe. The rest of it was hard to believe. I was like, I can. I mean, you know what? I can buy it. I will swallow that pill if I could set through anything the rest of it. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, um, has convincing Brooklyn accent. Although Tom Selleck would have been a better, more convincing Luigi in some respects. Why? Because of his mustache? Give me a break. Besides, he was much older. You need people who, I mean, even though Bob Hoskins was a lot older, you need people who are like believable. You know what I'm saying? Bob reprises his gruff detective persona from Who Framed Roger Rabbit to great effect. Samantha Mathis is cute as the princess and feels less shallow than most heroines in these situations. Dennis Hopper hams it up as the film's villain, lots of gags and good natured humor, and a beautiful song from Roxette. Almost unreal, worth a rental. This, by the way, was in 2004 when you could rent videos. Well, DVDs. Um, I'm sorry. I have to disagree with that. This movie is so bad. It is so bad. Another one, there's no rating, but not as bad as some say. Actually, oh wait, they do give it a good. Okay. Actually enjoyed this movie despite the terrible reviews and the terrible user ratings. Its plot is fair, its effects are great. No. Even for now. No. Disagree. And the acting, although certainly not brilliant, it's fair enough to work with plot. I'd give it a 7 out of 10. You're fucking insane. This movie was garbage. It's so bad. It is so bad. Because I'm thinking, like, you know what? I haven't seen that movie since 1993. Let me see. Nope. Did not change my mind. Oh shit, this is a huge. a huge. Look at this. Look at this. Like, what are you submitting, a college resume? What is this? There's no way I'm reading that. No way. But they do give it a 4 out of 10. So I'll just read the top. Nowhere near the thrill ride that it could have been. The Super Mario Brothers games are still great fun. Yes, they are. Admittedly, they are light on plot, almost simplistic, but they are imaginative. Lots of fun, thrilling, and memorable characters and interaction. Super Mario Brothers did have a great deal of potential. I said that myself. With talented actors like Bob Hoskins, Fiona Shaw, Samantha Mathis, Dennis Hopper. Did you? I'm sorry. Did you forget about John Leguizamo? The fuck? I don't even know who you are, and you're so disrespecting him. Um, what is okay? On board, and it was always going to be interesting to see whether the film would be able to make an interesting story that didn't have a huge amount of narrative material to work from. Unfortunately, this was a real letdown. And it was doomed from the start from trying to do too much and from its notoriously troubled behind the scenes. So I'm not going to read anymore because it's too long. And this was in 2016. So I don't know if this was their first time watching this, whether it was or wasn't. Um, at least they know. Um, maybe one more. Let's see. Is okay. This one. Okay. Daft fun. So I guess they enjoyed it. I don't know. The plot: two plumbers who are known as the Marios meet a strange young girl that has a rock on her neck. Two idiots from another world kidnap the strange girl from, known as Daisy. After kidnapping other girls from Brooklyn, the Marios decide to rescue her from the two idiots that have taken her to another world ruled by an evil king known as Koopa. The visual performances aren't great, the major thing here, but the special effects and creations are to be noticed more. The movie itself isn't bad as a comedy. We'll have to have just a few giggles. It really just to have fun. Fantasy movie doesn't shine through. It doesn't make any effort to make an historical movie, but the film is fun and you'll enjoy it as a complete no brainer. Um, I'm sorry. I can't agree with any of that, and you didn't make any sense. It's like you don't even know Mario Brothers. Um, yeah. So, and you want to know what else that came around that year? Actually, earlier, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and they came out with the part two, 1991, and that was hella fun. Hella fun. I still like that movie. You just this is what gets under my skin. People taking up for bullshit that just it doesn't need to be taken up for. Anyway, um I give this a fucking I don't know. I hate to be too harsh on it, but maybe a 3 out of 10. I don't know if I can go any higher than that. This movie was straight up garbage. It was from 1993 and it still is. Um yeah. It just in case you want to watch it just to see how bad it is. Go do it. Do it just to do it. Um I was going to rewatch the Mario Brothers animated from 23. But then I'm like, do I really need to revisit that because I remember it enough. And I'll probably watch the Galaxy movie just to see how it was or how it is. I'm just not hyped up for it. I'm sorry. I hate when people take famous people who are famous now and make them do voiceovers. I really hate that. That is such a pet peeve of mine because there are real voice actors that is their job. Hello, taking like Sonic the Hedgehog. If you don't know who the voice actor was, you'd be all right with that. You would so be all right with that because you're watching that because it's Sonic the fucking Hedgehog, not because oh, you know who voices that? You know who voices Mario? Chris Pratt. Who gives a fuck? Who gives a flying fuck? I don't. I don't. I just want to know, does he sound like Mario? I need to know, it's me, Mario. You know, can he do that? Can he do that? Fucking letdown. It's a fucking letdown. Sorry, I'm just on a rant right now, and I'm just like, no. No. I mean, there's so many animated series, so many animated movies where you're like, you're not looking up to see who plays that because you like the movie. And like, again, Sonic the Hedgehog, were you really watching it for Sonic the Hedgehog? Maybe not. Maybe you're watching it for Jim Carrey. Maybe that's what caught your eye, and he played Dr. Robotnik. Hello? Yes, live action. That's what I'm talking about. But anyway, even if the animated, Jaleel White voiced Sonic. Maybe you know that, maybe you didn't. Did you care? You just watched it because it was enjoyable. It's my whole fucking point. Why do we need to have these A-listers play these people? We don't need it. It's not like the kids are gonna who the fuck these people are. I don't know. Anyway, I'm done with my rant. So that is my revisit for. It wasn't even for today. I did that yesterday, and I didn't have enough time to make a video and upload it. But anyway, with all that being said, if you have checked this movie out, comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. If you haven't, would you watch it? Do you want to watch it? Do you care enough to watch it? Yeah, anyway, let me know. Comment down below. If you haven't already, please subscribe. As I've mentioned before, I want to let this grow. I want to do more things with it, but I can't if you don't help me out. You know what I'm saying? Help me, help you, help me out. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? All right. Anyway, take care. Have a wonderful evening. And we're living in a mad world right now. Let's just try to love one another. Can we do that? All right. All right. Bye. Mwah.